Hello. Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Cob. Fancy
How are
meeting
you
you
doing?
here.
Right? Who would have thought?
I know. It's totally unexpected. All right. We've reminded the people that Moby is trash.
I know, had me laughing.
And, oh, we have our first comment. Hello, Ria.
Hey,
Lovely. I know this isn't sort of the normal time, but like the whole goal was to, I don't know, I wanted to do something different. This weekend may or may not be my birthday weekend, so that means everything's a little different than normal. So wanted to hang out with some of my favorite people this weekend, which Cobb is one of them.
what's
Um,
right? Huh?
and
I don't
Cobb's
know if you
schedule
want
is different. Oh, sorry.
to. Yeah. No, I didn't know if you wanted to say your birthday here, but that's right. I remember 'cause my son's birthday just passed. I remember now. Yours was right after my son's.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to say the exact date or
Yeah,
anything
that's
like
why I was
that,
like,
but
yeah,
we can
I'll find
talk
out
about.
later.
It's gonna be soonish. Hello,
There's Alex.
Alex. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Long time
Um,
no talk to.
oh my God, Alex has got to figure out how to get. I mean, like, obviously there are other ways to chat with Alex,
Yeah,
but
well, I've
it's
been going
really,
on all his YouTube videos and telling him fix your Facebook.
yeah, or at least Instagram. Like, I get when
One
people
of the
don't
two,
one of
something.
them. 'Cause there are all kinds of messed up Instagram reels, Alex, that I've been trying to send you.
I know. I got stuff too.
Hi, Chris. Plastic. Yeah. Um, as mentioned, birthday weekend ish. Wanted to hang out with Cobb, and Cobb's work schedule doesn't permit Sundays anymore. And I thought it might be fun to try a Friday night. And I had a bunch of stuff to do today. Not fun stuff, just sort of errands. So I wasn't going to be able to do my normal Friday afternoon solo stream. And I was like, let me see what Cobb is doing that night. And here we are. And good to know
Mhm.
Alex is working on it. So thank you, Alex. Because the most important thing is that has nothing to do with whether or not you're okay. It's whether or not Cobb and I um, are able to send you 1,000 memes. So
All right. I know I have all the
I mean,
stuff saved. I'm like, save.
oh, I know. Well, like luckily, we're both on TikTok, so I'm able to. It's so the lighting is so different at night. I'm like, this is not where my light normally would go, but
Yeah,
here
mine's
we
all
go.
screwed because I'm not in my spot either. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know where to throw my lights out here. I was like, well, this works, I
Well,
guess.
one of the windows is like right here, and the other is right here. So during the day when we stream, there's light coming through both places. So like, this is a great spot, but
And I
there's
know
no
I've
light.
been out here once, but then the table was in a different spot. So when I
Yeah.
picked everything up, I was like, oh man, I'm all shadowy over here this time. So kind of
And for
last
those
minute.
wondering, this is the part of the stream where Allison and Cobb whine.
Oh,
But at
you're
least we're
already
not.
getting started,
Yeah, at least we're not whining about tariffs, though, right?
right? But I
We're
had my
not doing
boss
our.
print this out for me this week because I don't have a printer to print this stuff out, but she printed it out and I got
Oh,
a nice envelope. Inside the
nice,
envelope is a folder. So my
fancy.
paper got to stay nice and crisp.
You are ready to have your own coloring channel at this rate. That's kind of all it takes is an envelope, a manila folder envelope thingy with
Right.
some nicely printed pages, and you're on your way. That's how I started.
Um, son brought me 100-piece colored pencils.
Oh, nice.
But I'm not going off what I had before, 36.
Yeah, you had one of those smaller ones.
Little small one, yeah. So I've been digging through, grabbing some different colors this time.
It's the Crayola one, right?
Um, the one I
Or is it?
had was this one
Okay.
is Crazy Art.
Oh, nice.
Looks like a kind of
Yeah,
knockoff.
cool. Hey,
That should
pencils
get
are
the job.
pencils. And it's more colors than you've had before, so
Yeah,
win-win.
I know. I pulled out like 4 or 5 purples and was like, ooh, what Skeletor am I doing today?
Yeah, you send a bunch of pages, and I'm like, I've had this Skeletor with the action figures printed forever.
Have you already? Okay. I've seen it
I've
before. I
never
know I
colored
have.
it, but I've never done it. Like, I think Kenzo, like, I printed it for one of the first times you came on here, and
Maybe
then
that's where I thought it, because I was like, you know what? I've seen this before. And I was like, I like
and
it.
then I printed it whenever Bud and I did a pre-record last year for my birthday, so I could take the day off. And
Yeah, but I know I've seen his picture before.
and then Bud, I was gonna color it, but then I found something I liked better, and Bud colored this one. No, he picked something different at the last minute too. And then Kenzo had picked this and some other ones,
Popular, but
and he was going to color this. I was gonna color this one with Kenzo, but then I had put a Tila page because he has that T-shirt with Tila and Merman. So that was the
Mhm.
page that I put on the thumbnail, and I'm like, well, technically it's clickbait if I don't color what's on the thumbnail.
Right.
And I've never colored that page before, so anyway, then you picked a bunch of pages. This was one of them. I'm like, finally, this page has been printed for like
Yeah,
almost
well,
a
I'm
year and a
glad
half.
we're doing it now. But yeah, it's just really cool. Skeletor playing with like toys. Got his
Hello,
Z-Man.
3-star. Lovely to see you this evening.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah, also Darren picked it. Like everyone
Oh,
picks this
really?
page because it's so cool and we never get there. So yeah, that's X yeah, you also like because it's just a really cool page. And I was just like, you
Yeah,
picked it. I'm like, we're
that's
making it
fun.
happen this time. Yeah, because the nice thing, Darren picked a lot of pages. So when Darren comes back, like we still have like 30 other pages we can color when we hang out next time. But and like with your work schedule, it's just been really hard to line up. So I was like, let's definitely try to focus. I'm picking a fun page when Cobb is here. So, and if I finish this one, which you know how that goes, I do have this one from one of the last I printed from one of the last times you hung out with me here.
Oh,
So
yeah, I do remember that.
yeah, so I've got. I can't imagine I'm gonna yeah, like I can't imagine I'll finish. Anyway,
Yeah, me neither. I'm a little slower than you, I noticed over these last few we've done.
well, that's not bad though. Well, like I'm hit or miss. It depends. Sometimes I go really fast, and sometimes I go really slow. So
But yeah, I just thought it was so funny because he's playing with like the He-Man and Battle Cat and
right,
Tila. Is I just think imagine he's like out in his little room doing it all by himself. Got everybody locked out, Beast Man. Everybody like, don't come in here. I'm playing with my toys. Kind of like
maybe
what's his name? Darth Helmet from
yeah.
Spaceball.
Well, and this is sort of whoever did the art on this particular book adapted a bunch of pages like from the mini comics and the mini comics cover. So this is from the booklet that came with Point Dread, where he and Beastman are looking out. He's got like it's basically this page. I'll send it to you later because
That's
it's a really
where I've
cool page.
probably seen it too. Then, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just
Like, oh
really
no, I
funny.
have.
Like, but the guy who did this set of pages did it really. There's a really nice style to like the pages he did. So I really like how stylized it is. So
Yeah, that's what I think. It looked good for coloring. Some of those other ones I picked out, I was like, oh man, that's like a lot of detail work. So,
and
well done.
hello, Rowdy. Lovely to see you here
Oh,
tonight.
howdy, yeah. Hello.
Um, let's see. I know so far everyone who's popped in, I know like most of you are regulars. I don't know that all of you know Rowdy. If not, go check out Rowdy's channel. Rowdy makes amazing stuff, and because I do this every time, Rowdy has a really amazing Secret Wars video. And also, didn't you just get like a Maximum Spider-Man or something that you did a review of? Rowdy also recently hit the ability to have memberships. So go
Ooh,
check
that's
out
cool.
Rowdy's channel. And if you're enjoying the content she makes, definitely help a girl out. but she also makes really good content. Like that Secret Wars video is just epic. For those who haven't watched it yet, and I mention it every time she comes into chat, she uses all of her Marvel Legends to tell the story of the original Secret Wars from 1984. So it's a really cool, like,
It's a lot of Marvel
it's a
Legends.
long video and it's worth it's after dark. It's worth every FM minute, you guys. I'm gonna save my one F-bomb for the night till later. I'll save that for Kenzo's show.
Gotta space them out.
Yeah, gotta space them out. Well, also I drove today, and some lady in traffic cut me off, so I called her an effing see you next Tuesday. So
Yeah, that's me driving too. My kids
she
probably
cut
think
me
I'm
off
putting up.
to try to get ahead of me, and then we got stuck at the same red light, but she was turning the other way, so she was still sitting there when I left.
I know that's what gets me the most. My kids hear me yelling all the time. I'm like, oh, good job. You freaking cut everybody off to get one car ahead. Save yourself a good 5
And then
seconds.
still ended up waiting longer than everyone else because the way she was turning. It's like, ma'am, you could have taken your time and finished eating that burrito in your hand. I'm sure her car smells like gas, like, you know, like the kind that comes out of your butt. So.
Yeah.
She did have a sour look on her face, like she'd been smelling her own farts.
Taco Bell.
Not even Taco Bell. It looks like
Not even the good part.
It looks like a gas station frozen burrito that you heat up at the microwave, like the Big Bomb.
Oh yeah, man, I used to eat those a lot.
Yeah, I used to eat those too. Like, you know,
Yep.
like when I was super poor for a while there, it's like scrape $5 together, go get the jumbo big gulp and a Big Bomb burrito.
Giant freaking burrito, yeah.
Set for the day. Anyway, we don't talk about my líneas. Yeah, right? There's just something about the Brendas were out in full force today. Thank you. I'll take that. If you were saying I was nice, I would do the standard. I'm a good person. I'm not a nice person, but I'll take sweet. I'm pretty sweet usually. Until you give me reason not to be sweet.
Like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yes, there we go. That's a good way to put it. I am a Sour Patch Kid. I'm sweet until I'm not, bitch. I used to have this coworker that I hated, and she did a really bad dye job, and then she turned right around and did a home perm on top of the dye job. Then she decided she didn't like the dye job or the perm and bleached her hair, and then dyed it red, and it looks like Lassie from like the you know, the dog from the TV show and the movies, and I just started calling her dog hair.
Oh.
She did not care for that. But anyway, she would leave work every day and I'd be like, see you next Tuesday. And she's like, today is Tuesday. I'll be at work tomorrow. I'm like, yes, exactly. See you next Tuesday. I don't think she ever figured that one out.
No.
And we love that for her.
That's probably some point later in life, somebody said that and then she's like, hey, you know what?
It finally clicked one day.
Yeah. I had a coworker.
Oh, she would not have said it, referred to me as mildly as her coworker.
Yeah.
She hated me far more than I hated her, which was fun. Like, it's always fun when somebody actually really hates you. And it's just because you're cuter and more popular and people like you and nobody likes them. Like, it's like a reverse Regina George almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she probably still goes to therapy and whines about me. And that bitch said I had dog hair. The best was when we were in HR and she slammed her hands down on the table and said, I do not have dog hair. And I'm like, I didn't say you did. Because I had written a story on the internet about her where I called her dog hair. And she tried to say, she wrote this story about me. I'm like, I wrote this story about somebody who has dog hair. She's like, I do not have dog hair. I'm like, I never said I did. She's like, but you wrote the story. I'm like, the only way that you can prove that story is about you is if you have dog hair. Do you have dog hair? I do not have dog hair. And I'm like, well, obviously the story's not about you then. Yeah, it was, like I was not as sweet in my 20s as I am now. Memories. Memories. Right. Have
Yeah,
a good one. Oh, Alex had to leave. I'll see you later, Alex. Hello, Radical Toys. How are you this evening? Super
Adam,
diabolical. Like, I was very diabolical back in the day.
been good, Adam.
Oh, yeah. No, it was 100.
Starting my weekend. My
Huh?
nights off.
I'm sorry?
I was replying to
Yeah.
Adam, asking how I'm doing. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying, doing good.
Yeah.
Working those
Cobb's
nights,
weekend.
so I'll be up all night now.
Oh,
This is
sick is
Skeletor has gloves on, huh?
yeah, this is Gloved Skeletor.
No.
But it's when his nails were really ratchet, so.
Yeah,
Before he, like,
cover,
accepted, he just had the claw.
cover those suckers up.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't want to scratch his toys. That's what's up.
That, too. Like, he does have those nails.
Mm-hmm. Keep his toys minty.
Hello, Thanos. Thanos will be here with me in a few weeks. We're going to color some Black Star. We'll be on the Sunday morning.
Black Star?
Yeah, Black Star. There were no Black Star coloring books, but because it was Filmation, I was able to find some behind the scenes, like, animation stuff, and I cleaned it up and turned it into coloring pages. So
Thanos would be doing like some Cool World or something.
yeah, no, he asked for Black Star, so
No, yeah.
if you ask for
Black Star
something,
probably would have been my guess, really. I
I usually
know
try to make it
he's a
happen.
big fan.
Yeah. At some point, it's weird to me there wasn't a Black Star coloring book though. Like almost everything in the 80s got a coloring book. Or it could be that there is one and there were just so few of them I haven't found one yet. And then one day I'll be at a garage sale and behind the 8-track tapes and the old dentures, there will be a copy of a Black Star coloring book. And somebody will have given everyone googly eyes. So I'll spend hours cleaning it up.
That's what I was asked the other night when we were in on Saturday nights. There was that other cartoon with the redhead barbarian. I can't remember his name. I think cartoon or it was just a toy line. It was like kind of like Black Star, the dark hair. He Man had blonde hair, and then there was like a red haired one, something.
I don't remember. I
I
probably
can't
remembered if I saw it. There was Thunder the Barbarian. There was He-Man.
think it's
And
something that
Black
started with a
Star.
V for some reason.
Hmm.
So I was just playing with that Mythics barbarian. He has the blonde, dark hair, and then reddish hair.
Christina is watching TV and Adam is eating ramen. And some
Man.
cold. Well, as long as, well, like if you eat after midnight, you know, then that's how we all know. Like if I eat after midnight, I 100% turn into a major bitch. So it's because I have terrible dreams. So that when I wake up in the morning, I'm just like, no. I had a bad dream one time that somebody did something, and when I woke up, I called them and yelled at them. They're like, that was your dream. That's in your head. I'm like, but it could be real.
Yeah, I've heard. I think my sister's even done that to me all the time. But grumpy about something in her dreams. I'm like, "What was your dream?" I
It's
didn't
like
really
Snow
do
White.
that.
It's like Snow White says, a dream is a wish your heart makes, or it's a prophecy of the future. Oh, I guess I just get a different yellow pencil because I don't know where that just flew. Oh, everything is just flying. All right. Oh, Rowdy gets Oh my God, your name is a tongue twister, which I'm sure your girlfriend enjoys. But I couldn't let that one go. Once it set itself up, it was just unavoidable that I had to I had to go for it. Sorry. The last time I ate after midnight, I woke up with gas so bad. It was like cramps. I was just like, oh, my belly. And then it released itself into the night. And all the cats left the room.
Yes, for me, the equivalent of that is like eating afternoon. Since I'm all out backwards.
You're like a night person. It's weird because I'll send you reels and stuff during the day, and I'm like, Cob is ignoring me. And then, like,
oh no,
in the afternoon, all of a sudden,
4 in the morning.
Right. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's like just the opposite now.
Yeah, I be looking and I'm like, oh, I take my tin. I was like, I see I have a bunch of messages from Allison. I'll do catch up then. There's 2 people that will send multiple ones. I'm like, oh, I'll catch up with all you guys at once. Gotta wait till break.
Yeah, there are times where I just hit like 7 or 8 in a row that are really good, and I'm just like, oh well.
Yeah, no worries. You know, I'd be checking them all.
This is 100% true. Like, I'd rather gas than actual cramps. So. That's cramptastic. There we go. We've got a big glowy mouth for Castle Grayskull. All right, so let's see. We have to get the typical toy tuber stuff out of the way so that we can get back to just shooting the shit. So, Cob, what's coming up on the Cob Web Collector channel?
Kind of whatever, whenever I get some toys in, I usually share them. Was gonna try and start doing lives, but I haven't really picked a day. Like my weekends, even when I'm off, I don't really have a set time or schedule that I could actually do everything weekly. So I'm just kind of hopping on doing it when I can.
Yeah.
Just kind of get so behind now. I used to be able to make videos for everything I got right away, but then now like I come home or like during the middle of the night, I can't be recording because everybody's trying to sleep. So
Right.
So I've been thinking about just doing my catch up on stuff live, do some lives here and there, and just kind of catch up on stuff. Went to the Mattel store today and picked up more stuff. What I did, can't remember what I bought today.
I think though, with your channel, sort of your format, like it's definitely doable. At least you don't have anyone in the comments anymore going like, why are you talking about Fight Club?
Yeah. Want to fight?
Right?
I think Fight
So
Club's
maybe
dead.
knock you down, Brenda.
I think Fight Club's pretty much dead now anyways.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that too. It's been a while since I've had a box that had the letter in it.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of is all right for me. I was spending all the little, not a whole lot, but a little extra to be getting stuff early, and wasn't so bad with Masterverse because it wasn't that big of a difference, really. The free shipping, so get that free shipping, it's pretty much breaking even.
But you're pretty close to that.
Overpaying for Origins was kind of killing me.
Right, you're pretty close to that store, though, aren't you? For some reason, thought it wasn't that far from you.
About 30 minutes. Just right on the way to when I go to pick up my kids. So that's why I just go there on the weekend. And they're only open certain days.
Ah,
I think Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, or maybe one day during the week.
and then the rest of the week they ship stuff. Okay, makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, that store. The other one. Yeah. They're out of frankincense. Frankincense. And that's not too far from either.
We have one, but I'm not shopping at Target right now, so I'm unfortunately paying scalper prices on anything Target related. But then it's going to a small business rather than a shiptacular corporation. So, but everyone does their own thing. But yeah, I'm not shopping at Target directly. I have a $25 gift card for Target I need to use so that I can cancel my Target account. But otherwise, and yeah, so I'll miss the free Target shipping with my account, but I won't miss Target. Much cooler to support a scalper. At least you know they're dirt bags. They don't pretend otherwise. So. Let's see. Did I? So yeah, the Street Fighter Jada toys. I've not bought any of those, and it's like I keep thinking about it, but I'm just like I don't need another line, even if it's just like
Yeah,
one.
they're really cool. My son had some, so I was like, "Oh, I get to live through you. Awesome!"
Right.
Yeah, I played with them the one night on, I think on the Hangout or the Clubhouse.
Yeah.
You have to play with them some. I was like, "These are really cool."
Yeah, I watched a lot of, like I watched the review videos of them, and they're just really cool. But I don't know, this year I think you and I had talked. I don't know that we talked about this on screen anywhere, but I know at one point I had told you that my goal for 2025 is other than say Origins and a few other specific lines that I collect. My goal is to like close up, like wrap up all of my vintage lines.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've been focusing on, which is why there's an Annie Mansion behind me from 1982 and Strawberry Shortcake and some Get Along Game. So, that's right, you guys. At some point, there's going to be a giant video about Annie. Oh my gosh.
What? No, I was thinking that Strawberry Shortcake. We didn't get you that for your birthday, huh? That was just kind of on a whim.
That was because we were closing on this house and like I couldn't spend anything.
Oh yeah.
And what's great though is in about 2 weeks, I'll have my actual studio set up, so I'll be able to have it on the desk when I'm doing the coloring. So it'll probably start showing up on live stream. So I'm super like I was thinking that today. I'm like, oh my god, when we finish it, I'll finally be able to properly display my Strawberry Shortcake craft house that everyone chipped in to get me for thingies. Ooh, see, Darren, that's so mean. It's so mean because as soon as you tell me there are cool ladies in it, I'm gonna. Darren, damn it, Darren. Okay, I guess I'll have to get Chun-Li and Cammy, but I can stop. I can stop at any time. I don't have a problem. They have a problem. No. I can't. With toys, you can actually stop at any time. It's completely different. But it's fun to say that.
I know. I really need to figure something out because my collection's just all over the place right now. I have all the it's just mainly Motu, but I have just so much stuff everywhere, and I'm like, I don't have enough shelves. I need to either put up more shelves or pack stuff up. I'm kind of torn on what I'm going to do.
What I was doing for a really long time was I have, like the big sort of Rubbermaid bins.
Yeah, I went and bought a
And
few of those.
other than one or two thing, like the Princess Leia shelf is eternal. I mean, not right now because I haven't set it up since we've moved in. But that was eternal. But everything else I would just sort of cycle through, and it's like, oh, it's spring. I should put away all of the, I'm going to put away all of the superhero stuff. I'll keep this Wonder Woman and this Batgirl. I'll put those on the female action figure shelf. And then everything else will go into the Rubbermaid, and I'll display, like my GoBots or, whatever it is. And then in a couple months, I would cycle through again. And for a long time, it was really cool because it would help keep the collection looking, like it would be a fresh display all the time.
Yeah,
I've
that's something I
very
could do
much
too.
grown
Like,
past that. I just want it all to show all the time. And if I can't display it, I should probably let it go. But that's also after like 25 years of that being my collection display model. It's a long time to have the system. So.
yeah, and all my Motu stuff, that's gonna be staying. I'll hoard those for as long as I can. My kids will have to deal with that.
Oh, and Tony's, yeah. Tony, for a variety of reasons, Cobb and I are hanging out tonight. Mainly just because Cobb can't really do Sundays right now, and I miss my friend. So it's good to check in and hang out with your people.
Yeah, you haven't done any Friday stuff till tonight, right?
Nope.
Okay, nothing I missed.
Yeah, this is my first. I mean, like we've done Derek and Andrew from Gady's Toys and we've done a few retro cavalcades on Friday nights, but that's not coloring. That's three of us hanging out, talking toys. That's a sort of, that's our toy news show. It's just, that's different. Like it's not hanging out and coloring. I'm going to probably start doing a few more Fridays though, because there are people who just can't make Sunday work. And I feel like I miss out hanging out with a lot of cool people. I mean, that's the whole point of this format, hanging out with somebody who's cool and getting to chat and talk. Okay, the chat is doing the thing where they talk, so don't necessarily need to highlight it for them. And that's the fun part of the chat when they're like, "Oh, we're our own individual thing out here." So everything is going good?
Yeah, just feel like I have no life with that night shift. That's everybody I work with too. And man, we started doing this, just sleep all day for like weekends are like non-existent because I'm up all night Friday night and up all night Saturday night, and pretty much everybody I know is asleep. So, except for Kinzo here for
right.
he's on my schedule.
Well, that's the case. You and I will schedule a few more of these regularly, just so that if nothing else, you get some more social time with the people. It's good to hang out and have people. So, and once I have my, sorry, I was gonna say once my collection room is set up, good luck getting me off the internet.
Yeah, I just be staying when I'm up by myself like that. I'm just usually taking pictures for IG.
Yeah.
Just spending too much time editing stuff or like changing the filters and messing around or doing this and that. And I have a whole folder on my phone now, an album just full of pictures to put on IG. I'm so ahead of myself. I was like, if I put one out like every day, this will last me for a while. Then I just keep taking pictures of other stuff too. I'm way behind on those.
Oh, it'll even out eventually, as it has to. You're also probably still trying to get a system going, so until you sort of get that going, it often is a little haphazard. It took me forever when we moved in here for me to get any semblance of like a normal production schedule going again. I don't think I really did anything for like all of November. Like I'd had all this stuff pre-recorded from before we moved that I had scheduled out, but otherwise it was just like, yeah. So I you'll get there. You're a smart guy. You know how to get stuff done. How are the Masterverse videos you and Brick have been doing coming along?
Good. We're kind of behind again. It's kind of, that's another hard thing for both of us is
Yeah.
just to get recording. And Brick doesn't have my schedule, but man, he stays busier than I am. I swear. Like so, for us to, he's always got something going. So for us to actually get together and do something, a little tough.
Yeah.
So waiting on the second episode still. I think he's got some editing to do, and then should be out.
Nice. What figure are you guys doing? Or is that a spoiler?
Yeah, spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I was trying to remember now. I did say since it's our second video, we started with the He-Man, and we did say that we're going to be doing a Skeletor, but we didn't say which one. Can't say that. That's right.
There are a lot of really good Skeletors in Masterverse, though. So
yeah, I know. I just got that. I know nobody was really thrilled about getting another Zodak. I got that. Oh yeah, my lights.
I get away.
Zodak is very cool. I like him.
Zodak was my favorite character. My first two Masters of the Universe character, when I was a kid, the first two that I owned that were mine were Tila and Zodak. I got them for my birthday in 1983. Yeah, because they had at the end of 82. And before that, all of the Masters of the Universe stuff was my brother's. And for my birthday, I bought with my grandparents, grandparents send you money. And they sent me like $15. So I got, and He-Man, Tila and Zodak, they were like $4.99 each. And I got those. And of course, there was sales tax where I lived at the time. But those, I mean, there were other things I got for my birthday, but I bought those with the money myself. Those are the birthday gifts I picked out for myself. But so Zodak and Tila are always like my favorite. Like Zodak, Tila, and Evelyn are my favorite Masters of the Universe characters. I mean, because She-Ra's She-Ra. Like, She-Ra's not Motu.
Yeah, own thing, yeah.
I mean, they released her in Motu. She's related, but she's like, Princess of Power is a different toy line, so.
Yeah, I was printing out these pictures. I was looking, I was talking about that Trap Jaw, and I was thinking to myself, I guess Trap Jaw is probably one of my favorite characters. He just always looks so cool in all his pictures and toys and everything. He's just such a fun, unique one.
Even like back in the day, he was a really cool figure.
Mm-hmm.
That one was my brother's, but like I would steal that one because his jaw moved, so I would just sit there and I was fascinated by a lot of the early action features of Motu because it was just so straight. Because Star Wars toys didn't have any of that really.
Yeah, we got all the action stuff pretty much starting with He-Man.
Yeah.
A whole lot of action features like that.
Like Manny Faces was. I think Manny Faces. I'm pretty sure was mine. Because I remember like when we got to Shakey's Pizza to eat after we got him, like I remember I took him into Shakey's. It was the night my brother got Merman. But I just remember like spinning his face and it was just being really cool.
Yeah.
And then being really annoyed a few weeks later when I got Evelyn and it was the Manny Faces comic book again. Like she needs her own comic. Who is she? She's Yellow Tila. So no.
Yeah, so you have me a couple of me and some of these double decks. They had a bunch of cartoon collection there at that Mattel store half off. So yeah, another Catra,
Nice.
Hordak, no She-Ras. That's one of the only ones I don't think I've seen up there.
Next time you go to, how much are they at the Mattel store?
Well, everything there is just half off their whatever their original price is. So they were like $10, $11
Okay.
for Origin.
Next time you go, ping me because I'm still waiting for Big Bad Toy Store to get my Catra wave. So
there you go.
Yeah, well, I'll PayPal you or something next time you go.
Yeah, well, no, I'll see if she's there then when I go again because I never know.
Yeah, I mean, don't make a special trip. She'll show up at Big Bad Toy Store at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just my Frosta landed today, and I'm like, wait, where's my Catras? And it could
The
be
reason
because
I got a second one is just because of that mask.
Yeah.
I just could see at some point that mask breaking and stuff. I just want to have an extra one. I'm real
Yeah,
okay.
I may have ordered
Anything
like
that's back
6
metal, I
Catras.
get anything two back metals because I'm like, oh, it's gonna scratch eventually. Or like Ninja or not Ninja or Slamurai. I was like, oh, I need 2 of him because this one's not gonna stay white forever.
Yeah, I mean, part of it could be that I ordered like 6 Catras so that I can do a toy Catra, scratch and sound Catra,
Really
shower
cool,
power Catra, she squirts.
And that's funny because I just saw that in one of my group chats. I said, "Oh, Catra's a squirter."
Yeah. But even as a kid, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. She's a cat. Cats hate water.
Right? You should be running.
There's a whole mini comic in Wave 2 with Mermista where like the whole point is she's trying to avoid getting wet. So but yeah, I need to I'm aware of that, Darren, and once I think I mentioned it to you. I'm waiting as soon as I get the collection room set up and everything set up, then I'm allowed to buy some stuff. Other than like pile of loot, brand new things. I'm not buying any, like I'm finishing the Annie collection because that's finite. Like I know exactly what is missing and what I don't have, and it's cheap. Like I've managed to get all of that for really cheap. But as far as like big items, like carded things, like I'm waiting until so that I can have an actual place for them to go on the wall. So
Darren find a vintage one somewhere you're talking about?
Yeah, there's a store by him that has a lot of vintage pop, and they're not expensive. So I'm gonna be, and then so no, I'm literally as soon as it's time to get some carded, because carded vintage Catra is one that I am missing. Let's see, I've got from Wave 1, I've got Double Trouble, Glimmer, Bow, and Angela mint on card. So I'm missing Castaspella, Catra, a mint on card, She-Ra, Cow, and Frosta. I don't have a mint on card. So, like I've got like kind of half of the wave. And then I only have Flutterina from Wave 2. But Wave 1 is the first priority. So, but Darren has the lead at one of his stores. So once it's time to get all of that set up, I'm going to be pinging Darren and being like, hey, hook me up, sir. And again,
I
it's
just
all
love
about
them.
closing off those vintage collections.
Yeah. Just in my old neighborhood earlier, I went over where I go to smoke shop and went to the old grocery store, and then next door to it, there's like a new discount store I've never seen. Just sells like clothes and stuff, but they actually had action figures in there, like older action figures. Some older, some Marvel stuff, and then they had
Yeah.
some Star Wars. And from the Star Wars I was looking, I think they have one from like the prequels. I was like, oh, I might be able to just get my character out of the way for May the 4th.
Yeah, you should do that.
But yeah, they just had the one character. I don't even remember who it was now. It wasn't nobody I was interested in. I was
It was probably Supreme Chancellor Valor.
you know what? I think it was. I'm
I
pretty
bought so many of him in the discount aisle, and then I used parts of him to make handmaidens. Part of the whole reason I was able to start customizing back in the day was because after episode 1, when Toys R Us had all of those dump bins, I bought a bunch of Mon Mothma's, Chancellor Valorum's, and the Padme and the like the maroon battle outfit from the end of the Phantom Menace, and I just bought a bunch of those and made handmaidens. Yeah, and like, oh sorry.
I was just gonna say about like those Power of the Force figures too. I remember I had a bunch of those right now. I bought them. I started out just buying a whole bunch of them off a friend of mine. He had them all in package, and I opened them all up, started displaying them. He's like, "You open those?" And then just thinking about it now, he probably was one of those that really thought they were gonna be worth something someday.
He's one of those that we're buying them from now for like $4 or $5 still on eBay.
I'm like, yeah, I was gonna open them.
Hello, GI Jetman. Lovely to see you.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Even if you have to do eBay, Darren, like it's pretty affordable. So it's funny. I've been doing, because Toy Geeks, the podcast, they're doing Power of the Force right now. And I don't have to do a lot of research because I lived through it. It's more about making sure that I've got everything in the right place. But it's been really hard not to just go and like. I went and found the box where it's like I have my like the C-3PO case and the 2 Millennium Falcon cases full of figures, and then just a bunch of figures, like in piles in the bottom of the box. I'm like, they're all still here. And there's like a stack of card backs in there. So like I kept all of the card backs. So once I get everything set up, I think I'm going to scan that. And I think I'm going to do how I do like on Saturdays, the toy booklets. I think I'm going to make some fake Power of the Force 2 toy booklets and use like the file cards on the back of those card backs to sort of make give each figure their own sort of page. So it was just funny, like all the stuff I've saved that now I would kind of just toss out. Like I threw away so many card backs for newer figures when we were moving. I'm like, I don't need this.
That's why I have tons of too. Everything that's came with every Origins, Masterverse, and all that. I'm like, do I need this?
Well, it's, I found all of my classics, and I have like the mail. Like there was the white box and the brown box, and it's like, do I need those? Do I really need the plastic bubble, or can I just like get rid of all of that and keep the card? Still haven't answered that one because every time I think I'll just get rid of it, I go on eBay and see people selling all of that stuff and people buying those boxes. I'm just like, maybe I should just bite the bullet and sell on eBay again. But then I'm like, I hate eBay.
They had that book not too long ago. They came out with the art of, I think it was Origins and Masterverse.
Yep.
Yeah, and Which I was like, well, it's only going to be up until whenever this book comes out because they still got more they're coming out with. So if I could get everything in book form, I could sell off all my stuff too, I guess, because I don't need it all.
And speaking of the after party, Kenzo is here.
There's the dude. The
Kenzo,
dude.
he'll be going live in an hour, everyone, and Cobb and I are going to wrap up right before, and then, of course, I'm going to bathroom break and beverages, but then I'm going to roll over there and hang out for a little bit. So I've told everyone that Cobb is joining us, but I also realize that's me dictating how you spend your time. So I can't promise Cobb will be there, but
No. Yeah, most likely.
Cobb will be there. But again, I don't want to. I just realized I kept telling everyone Cobb's going to be there too, and it's like, wait, you did not ask him.
Yep, this Friday night I got my nights off, so I will. But that's finding another yellow for He-Man's hair.
Yeah.
I
If
had
you have what yellows do you have?
I have no idea. So I haven't really been through these yet. So the one in front of me I used for Skeletor, and that one just says yellow. Oh no, for Skeletor space I used a meteor shower.
Okay.
With He-Man here, we also got in here now.
He-Man's belt and his bracers are orange, correct?
Yeah, and orange. Yeah, that's what I was thinking for this one too. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
orange.
kind of like back and forth between orangish and tan, and
I just haven't, because I did that whole 1984 He-Man coloring book for last year, and it's like I have not colored He-Man himself a lot this year on purpose because I was like, that's a lot of He-Man to color, and I'm just like, I am not coloring that much He-Man for a little bit this year. But because of that, I'm like, wait, what color is he again? Oh, Kenzo is saying you better show up, Cobb. So there you go. There you have it. Kenzo's not taking no for an answer. Like a modern day Harvey Weinstein.
yeah. I was talking to Mikey earlier, turning in royalties, trying to set up some stuff for him, and told him, yeah, I'll probably see you tonight. I know
Oh,
he was off to work. Oh, pencil down.
oh no.
Let's see here.
Right.
Do I
Right.
want Tila a little
Yeah, I
different
think that's
skin tone?
I'm sorry.
I was just talking to myself about skin tones. I'm
Oh.
like, do I want Tila a different color skin tone? Be a little lighter, huh?
But yeah, exactly that, Darren. Like most people do want to pick He-Man pictures this year, so one of the reasons I was like, I'm just not gonna do a lot of He-Man this year. Well, I will later in the year, but so I'm taking a little time off because people want to color He-Man. But yeah, no, I've got some He-Man pages coming up, I think, starting in May again for daily shorts. I think I had a He-Man for shorts this month. But I've mostly been trying to do like side characters. I think I did a He-Man, I think, versus Faker maybe.
Yeah, some of the other ones are just so much more fun to color too, because He-Man's not a whole lot to him.
Yeah, there's really not. Like, it's like his armor and his shorts and his skin and his hair.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm almost done with them, so. And I can do Battle Cat and Tila and work on Skeletor and Scat.
Hmm. Coloring in a Tila, I'm doing her skin tone, and then I'm trying to figure out what of these sections actually need to be skin tone. I think all the way up to that top shoulder piece, huh?
Yeah. It's she's got the upper arm bracers and there's a little bit of shoulder.
It's like the right arm sectioned off into like 5 different pieces of like
Yeah,
I think the 3 in the middle I'm coloring.
yeah, the artist sort of did Tila's arm dirty there.
Just looks like, well, you know, it looks. I was gonna say it kind of looks like an action figure, and that's what I think they're supposed to be right here too. So they got
Yeah,
their
they were like in the picture. They're little like action figures that Skeletor is
yeah,
using to plan his
articulation
battle.
joint. A little articulation on them. I just got that red Sonya figure too. That one from Boss Fight Studio.
Yeah,
The one, see how she fit in. She looks pretty good with Masterverse. I'm pretty happy with her. She's a little loose. Like I feel like she's gonna get
yeah.
loose of clothes around and stuff, but she's
Isn't
not
she?
that bad figure.
And doesn't Hacks make those though? So that I mean, Boss Fight Studios make those though, so that it's like you can move all of the parts around.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's. You mean like the accessory wise, like what she wears,
Yeah,
or?
like I thought she was on the Glyco system where like you can pop them and switch them around and.
Oh, I don't. I know she comes apart at the waist because I had to do that to change her clothes, but I'm not even sure about the rest of her.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Because she does have ball pegs up in the hips of her legs,
Yeah,
the pelvic area. So yeah, maybe they do come all the way apart. I just removed what I needed to.
right. Yeah, for some reason I thought somebody had said that she was because they have that whole hacks line where it's like you can sort of mix and match all of the parts really easily.
Okay, yeah, this is my first thing actually from them at all ever was this one. I think that's what it says compatible with hacks. So I think that's why probably too. It must do all that as well.
Hello, Oz.
Oh, it's
Lovely to see
man.
you. Sorry I missed you earlier, Oz. Needed to hang out with Cobb though, so and this is what we can make work. Um, Kenzo, Riley, you guys figure it out. We could have a happening Insomniacs tonight.
Still orange bracers as well.
All right, let's see. That's right, eggshell. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but Darren, aka Three Star Draw, was saying that he used to work nights a lot, but he's a night owl. So.
I mean, I used to it when I started this job. When I started, then I moved to days for a good while. Now I'm back tonight.
Oh, I didn't realize Oz wasn't on tonight. And that's how aware and attentive I have been, Oz. Sorry. No, it's a good time to take some downtime and rest up, though. Let's see. Oh, we're like a little over an hour in. I think I might finish this time, Cob. I say that and I
Right?
won't. But I might finish this time. It's like every time you and I hang out for one of these, I never finish.
Yeah, I usually, let's see, I've gotten pretty much my pictures done. Don't get any kind of background. I still, like the two that I've done before, I think are sitting there. I was like, I need to color those backgrounds in still. I got the main done.
Next time we do one of these, we'll do what's called a whip, which is your works in progress, where you just work on finishing
Yeah.
all of your pages. So we'll do a whip next time. That way, you don't have to worry about printing anything. You can just work on what's already printed and what you've already got halfway worked on. And I've always got stuff that, even if it means breaking out one of my books that isn't even, actually, I think I have a couple half-finished pages and the Motu Revolutions coloring book. So we'll figure we can do that though. So that way you can finish some of your projects from last time up. Everyone
Then,
loves a whip.
then I can frame them. Get them finished and framed.
I need to get some more Trapper Keepers because I have a bunch now that are in the plastic sleeves but are not. I don't have enough folders for them. So
You got some actual trapper keepers? Like the
yeah,
real deal, the old one?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Trapper Keepers, and then a bunch of like um and then I've got a bunch of just sort of these plain ones. Like that one's like got some Ghostbusters in it. So
Man,
that
that
one
looks
I
so
actually
good.
was really happy with.
Yeah, I mean, man.
It came
That
out
looks
pretty
so
good.
good.
This one actually has, other than that, it has a bunch of the ones I've done from live streams that aren't like things I normally color. So there's like some Mythic Legions in here. And some other, so I've got a bunch of those, but I'm just to the point where I need to get a few more of those so that I can get it all organized. But again, I'm going to kind of wait until we've got everything set up in the office / collection room so that I can then, buy stuff that fits the vibe. With any luck, my rugs will be here next week. Fingers crossed. They do not. Oh, Figure Obscura.
Oh, yeah, then I see they got something. Was that today I saw that? Another
Yeah, I think
one
it's tomorrow.
coming out tomorrow? Yeah.
I think so.
I think I saw that before I went to sleep. I was like, oh, I'm sure that's going on in the chat right now.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad in the fact that they're really cool toys, but I'm glad in the fact that it's like another thing to like track down and. Okay. And the stripes that he put on this battle cat are not quite kosher, sir. But luckily I caught it before it got all janky.
Did not line up or what?
But some of them aren't quite lining up. Like I can't tell if it's the strap for the saddle or if it's a stripe for
Oh,
battle
yeah.
cat or
I
a
see
few of
what you're
those.
talking about.
So
I'm gonna be real back. I'm gonna do a pencil shavings dump.
All right.
Back.
Oh, there we go. Unlike Cobb, I have this jar of empty olive jar that I use for my shavings. Oh, you missed it, Cobb. Well, when he comes back, you can see.
Yeah, I can kind of see from the counter where it was. Perfect idea. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what do I got around here that I could start dumping them in? I almost brought a paper plate over here.
It was funny. I needed something because I lost the container that I usually use. It was just like a plastic, like sour cream container from the store. Because I try to not just throw shit in the garbage. And I couldn't find it, and I realized I had thrown it away accidentally. And I'm like, oh, I just washed this olive jar. Perfect. I mean, because there are a lot of olives. It's fun. The whole bring out the olives thing is hilarious because I eat a lot of olives. So, like,
I don't know what happened to my love of olives. I remember as a kid, I loved olives, stick them on each finger and
yeah.
eat them, and then I just kind of fell off somewhere. I take them off my enchiladas and pizza and everything now. I'm just
No, I throw olives into all sorts of stuff.
yeah, they'd be and the green olives I really don't care for at all. My
Black
family does a lot of
olives,
the
green
stuff
olives,
when
and green olive stuffed with garlic, stuffed with
yeah, that's what we be doing
pimento.
here.
If
Yeah.
you put the green olive stuffed with pimento on top of your pimento cheese sandwich, it's divine. I've got a good pimento cheese recipe. I'm from the South, though. Everyone down there should have. If your mama or grandmama didn't give you a pimento cheese recipe and you're from the South, that means they didn't love you. So, I'm kidding. Hello, Todd. You did make it. We've got like about 45 minutes left. So, yeah, you made it. Last time Todd popped in like right as we were wrapping up. So, yep, me and Cobb hanging out on Friday night before we go hang out with Kenzo. There won't be coloring. Well, I'll be coloring, but there won't be on screen over at Kenzo's. Over at Kenzo's, we'll be bringing out the olives.
It just got to that same part on Battle Cat you're talking about.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I was like,
throwing you off. I'm like, wait a minute, where do I go from
yeah, it
here?
doesn't quite line up.
If that's yellow, that's a fat ass yellow stripe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't really say exactly anymore because eggs are expensive. It'll cost $10 for me to go exactly. No, you guys.
I might have to do the same as you, just kind of wing it.
Yeah, and like the one on his front paw, like just sort of starts. So again, I caught it before it went too far. And I'm sort of OCD enough about this that it would have like I probably would have cursed if I had not caught it. And then thrown something.
Skip those two, let those be red. Okay. That works.
Oh. My goodness.
I'm looking at yours, I was just realizing, yeah, all that mountain's should most likely be green too, huh?
That's what I did, but it's your mountain. You color it however you want.
Well, every time we see Grayskull, it has all that extra down there is all green too. So yeah, I'll have to get going with some more green on that.
Green for miles and miles.
Yeah, it's looking for a darker red. That's what I'm doing. Fire.
So I assume you're getting Hurricane Hordak next week.
Yes. Yeah, and I was contemplating if I'm getting more than one. So there's like that second head skull.
Yeah.
I really dig that. I'm like, well, do I really need a second one for another one of those heads, or I just need a body to put it on? Is what all I think I
Exactly
need.
where I'm at. Which means I'll probably end up getting 3. Because you can't go wrong if you got 3. You're covered in every instance.
Yeah, well, I've tried to cut myself off from doing that lately because I was getting 3 of everything every time, and
Yeah.
just too much now. Still got extra
I only,
Sunman space sumos.
I only got, well, might hit you up for some space sumos because I have some customs. Once I get the custom factory up and going again, because only got it. I still needed a couple of space sumos to do all of the customs I wanted to do. So
I
I'll
sent
hit you
the
up.
second one of those a turtle grayskull mechanic. Because I just really like all that armor and stuff he came with. I
Yeah,
was like, well, I'll use that on somebody, and it was at
that's the
50% off.
nice. That's the nice thing about the Turtles of Grayskull that aren't the actual turtles. Um, all of the
Yeah,
other
lots
ones,
of
like I've got a couple Beastman, and I'm just gonna take the armor off of those and make some like guards with them.
oh yeah, I already did my Slamurai up with his armor.
I'm gonna do
And
at least 2 and have them be sort of flanking. Not Slamurai, but Jitsu. And I liked the Turtles of Grayskull I have 2 of the Turtles of Grayskull Skeletor. I don't like him necessarily as Skeletor, but I like him as some sort of like that like a guard or something. So
oh
I got
yeah,
2 so they can be like guards. And so, and I've got a couple extra Ninjors and I think 2 extra Slamurais that I'm gonna do a blue ninja, uh, a yellow ninja, and what was a green ninja. I don't know what their names are gonna be. And then I have an extra Jinx head from G.I. Joe Classified that I'm gonna pop onto one of the Turtles of Grayskull April bodies. And then I'm gonna spray paint the body red. I'm sorry, not red. I'm gonna spray paint it with like a really light blue and like put some paint apps on it like it's a ghost. And oh gosh, what was the name I came up with it for? It was ridiculous. Oh god, I can't believe I'm spazzing on it. It's because it's late and I haven't oh god. Wait, types of martial arts. And no, not jitsu.
Muay Thai.
No, it's something where I was gonna use Boo at the front of it. And she's gonna be like a ghost ninja. When I remember it, I'll put it on Facebook, or not Facebook, on Instagram, so that everyone can know. Because it was very stupid and very motu. It was very punny. But somehow I managed to work Boo into like a name of a type of martial arts, so that it was like a ghost ninja. And so, but when I remember, you guys will never hear the end of it because it's way too clever. Not really, but I think it is. And I'm always right.
Yeah, those guys come up with the original stuff.
Wait. Okay, I just remembered. I just got it. So Bushido, because it's a girl ninja.
Oh.
So it's Bushido. Yeah, there we go. instead of Bushido. So
Yeah.
I'll spell that out for you guys so you get the full impact.
Is it spelled sheet like ghost sheet?
Yeah,
Like when-
Bushido. I put it in the chat. It's a girl ninja, a ghost girl ninja, you guys. How mochi.
Yeah, so you girl ninjas aren't real.
No ninjas are real
I know.
until they show up and kill you, and then you're like, "Oh my god, ninjas are real," and it's too late. It's too late, Lawrence.
Yeah, I need to get on eBay now too and start looking at some pretty cool figures. It's gonna be May here before I know it.
Yeah, it's so late. I mean, it's like the 18th, but like it's literally just flying.
I know. Earlier this week when you said, "Oh yeah, next Friday," and I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like I remember like a month ago you telling me about this, and I was like, "Has it been a
Yeah.
month already?"
Well, that was the thing. Like when I pinged you back, I was just like, "Oh my god, wait, it's almost time."
Yeah,
I was like, "Let me check in with Cobb," because again, I know that your schedule is really sort of hectic
yeah.
and
And I
busy
was
right now,
telling
and
you
I'm like,
too. I was like, "Make sure you tell me early enough because I'll
I
gotta
was
get
so
printed."
afraid that I had waited too late to check in and you wouldn't be able to do it. So,
No, the main thing is just that I could go somewhere and get this printed out. Now I found out I could print stuff out at work. My supervisor,
oh,
she
nice.
just she'll do all this for me. So she did that last time. Made my printing label for me for Corey.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, oh, she'll probably print me out something again. My supervisors are really cool, and I got two girl supervisors.
Nice.
No, they're they're cool as hell. I could pretty much get away with anything I want if I wanted to, but they know I work hard to make sure that they look good too. So
To this point, Darren, I'm just gonna say Matthew Matson. Just because he's never seen a ninja does not mean they're not real. And Matthew Matson better hope that ninjas never come for him, because if they do, he's done for. But right now, because he keeps the illusion going that there are no such thing as ninjas, they're letting him live. No, nobody knows everything. I mean, he might
I
think
know,
he does, but he doesn't.
I know
If we knew
everything some of the
everything,
time.
yeah, like you can know a lot of. I don't know everything. Somebody said that to me one time. You know everything. I'm like, no. When I was younger, I thought I knew everything, but the older you get, the more you realize you don't know shit.
Yeah,
I know enough to get by and I know enough to function, but I don't know everything. And I'm glad I don't, because it would be a lot to know everything.
I don't know why I almost just went to start coloring everything red on Tila like she was all snake armored up. I went straight
Because
from
red,
Battle Cat to over here.
because red is a pleasing color.
Yeah, I just got done with Battle Cat and I was like, okay, hop over to Tila. If I can do her staff. Yeah, why not?
Right? Yeah, it's been a year. Like that was the thing. Like Lawrence was like, "That's coming up." I'm like, "How is it coming up?" And then I'm like, "Oh my god,
Right?
it's really coming up." And then I looked and it's like I planned my May content out forgetting Star Wars was May month. And I'm like, ugh, what am I doing? Why do I have all this Motu stuff planned in May? May is Star Wars. So luckily I had a bunch of Star Wars stuff planned for August. So I just was able to caught it in time to flip everything around. And it helped that Twiggy is
August.
doing Power of the Force right now. So I've got Star Wars on the brain as is. So I was able to sort of pivot. But
I don't even want to think about August. That's another birthday for me.
Yeah.
Got my kids to make me feel old enough already. My youngest just turned 17.
My niece just turned 17, and I was
I
just
was
like,
like, damn it, I thought you were turning
how?
16.
Right? Yeah, it's just weird how it goes so fast. Even, I mean, like, I know people get annoyed when I say this, but it's like, we got our youngest kitten almost 2 years ago, and I was just like, I was playing with him the other day and cuddling him. I'm like, you've been with us almost a year now. And Matt was like, no, it's 2. It's almost 2 years. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh God, it's true. It doesn't help that he's sort of a little runty cat because he was the runt of his litter. So he's a little cat, and he'll always be like a little scrawny kitty, no matter how much he eats, and he eats everything.
That's how our cat is, that little kitten we got. It seems like it's going to stay pretty small. That
But
little
I like him that way because I can curl him like a croissant under my chin in the morning and cuddle him. He hates it, but he also loves it. So I'm surprised he hasn't come in to fuss at me yet. This is usually where he comes in and fusses at me to go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, you did used to be down south. I remember that. Cobb is older than dirt. Depends on where the dirt is. If it's Kid Rock's neck, no, Cobb is not older than dirt. But if it's normal places, yeah, Cobb is older than dirt. But if it's the dirt line on Kid Rock's neck, nope.
Fairly recent.
Oh my gosh. It just goes so fast. And it's funny because, talking to my niece, but it's just like it's been forever. And I'm like, it's not been that long. And then I counted and I'm like, it's been like 13 years since we've gotten to actually hang out. And I was just like, how does this happen? Like, but again, 13 years doesn't seem like that long to me, right? I mean, it's a long time, but it's tremendous when you're 17, right? 13 years is more than half of your life. And I was just like, wow, like, I remember being like that. It's like when I moved to Oregon, I was like, I'm only going to be there for like 6 months. And, you know, let's see, what year is this? 2025. So like 23 years later, I've lived in Oregon longer than I've lived anywhere in my whole life. In any state, like, because we kind of bounced around the South for a while between Texas and Louisiana. So it's like I've lived in this state longer than I've lived in, and that wasn't ever the plan. It was just sometimes life works out really interestingly. And so, I mean, if you had told me 23 years ago, one day you will buy a house in Oregon, I would have laughed my ass off. What are you talking about? I would not live up there with them Yankees. And I like, this is home. Like, like I can't imagine living anywhere else at this stage. It just goes to show you can't plan life. Cobb is younger than Moby's most recent mole.
Younger than what?
Moby's most recent mole, the mole on his face. Oh. And it's true, but I mean, like, like Moby also, though, comes back every 72 years like a cicada. So he rises up from the ground and returns and makes the chittering sound. Oh, Moby.
Moby.
I don't know how many times I've missed him with my car. Let's see. Okay. I'm checking normally when we hang out, I don't monitor the time, and I keep having to remind myself, wait, we're hanging with Kenzo after this. This can't be the typical Cobb and Allison just hang out until they hang out.
Can't go till we're finished.
Yeah, that's what we usually. Well, even when we end the stream, we usually hang out for another 40
yeah.
minutes to an hour.
The after. The
Yeah,
after party after the party.
yeah. We go long and then we hang out even longer. It's good though. It's good that it's good to have friends. Yeah, Pop Blender has his opinions. They're not always right, but they're always right for him. So he's a good guy, basically. I mean, I think the problem is like, and this is my take on all the Hasbro stuff, is people forget that the part of Hasbro that we're familiar with is not actually who's in charge. You've got like sort of the Emilys and the Lennys and the people who who do the public stuff, who design the toys, etc. But they don't make it's all the CEO and the board of directors. So it's like when people want to sort of badmouth people like Lenny or Star Wars Emily or marketing Emily, like it's really dumb because they can only do what they can do. At the end of the day, it's the CEO and all of those people. And, I don't begrudge, like a Lenny or an Emily or anyone like that who they're just doing the job that they get paid to. And a lot of them really love these, like I know Emily who works on Star Wars really loves Star Wars and she's really happy. And if she had different powers, like the toy line would probably look a lot closer to the way we would like it to look. But again, that's not how it works. So, it's complicated. Like they work for Hasbro and Hasbro works for Disney, and that Lucasfilm and Disney in the case of Star Wars. So like they're two different bosses, two different clients for Star Wars. So like not only does Lucasfilm get an approval, but so does Disney. And if Lucasfilm and Disney don't agree, like we're not going to see that on our side. It's just going to look like, oh, why is Hasbro doing this weird thing? It's like that's what they have to do. So when people are mad at Hasbro, the company, I get it. But when people sort of get weird about the employees who can only do what they can do, that's where I'm kind of baffled. But I don't know that Pop Blender does that. I guess I should watch his show more. It's just Tuesdays are really packed. Like every time I'm like, I'm going to watch Pop Blender, I then end up either watching Ed and Mr. Wonderful or Toy Anxiety, or there's a horror podcast that does live streams on Tuesday nights that I will often watch on Tuesdays. So, and one of the people in the coloring tube side of things, like she does her coloring live streams Tuesday night. So I need to do replay for more people so I can get around to more shows though. But
yeah, since I've switched these nights, I'm horrible at watching anything now.
Yeah, it's funny. Anytime you comment, I'm like, he should be in bed. I'm like, go to bed, Cobb. get some sleep.
When it comes to the weekend, I'm always like, oh yeah, I see people's videos and stuff during the week, and I'm like, oh yeah, this weekend I'll catch up on stuff. And then my kids are here, and we end up watching a bunch of shows and stuff, and
Yeah,
running around. By the time I actually settled, and I'm like, never got to anything.
yeah, that's how it works.
And I try and switch to days, but I got so good at night too. Like I said, my supervisors, it's pretty chill. Like I pretty much make my own routine throughout the night for the most part. Whatever I get done, and start kind of when I want, finish when I want.
Well, and I mean, that's the thing too, though. It's like when I worked at Blockbuster, like you could do day shift or you could do night shift, and it was always more fun for me. I mean, our night shift ended at like 1 a.m. The store closes at midnight. The last of the cleanup, the counting the safe and all of that, you're done by 1 a.m. I
Mhm.
preferred that. It was nicer when you got done. It was quiet. I could drive to Super Walmart and buy help my friend over there put all the toys out and then buy Power of the Force. Which is how I, for a really long time, got everything before everyone else did. That's how I got all of the Batman and Robin toys before anyone else did. I got the animated series Harley Quinn before because I would just after Blockbuster I would drive over to Walmart and help Ben set everything out.
Hmm.
It was really
And
sad when I moved and like I wasn't able to go to his store anymore.
I'm stuck there kind of on Skeletor's backside. If you get down there to like his butt, like what is his armor and where's his butt start? Or his leg?
So, Jay, have you? Where is the link to your channel? I was trying to find it earlier, and I don't know where it's at. So I will ping you to get that, so I can at least watch. Yeah, well, I mean, the problem with, I mean, this is the one thing I will say about him. Like I know Emily, so like she got hired for a job that she's really good at marketing, and she's having to learn everything. But also, I don't know Transformers, and I have no desire to learn Transformers. But like, she's done what she can to learn. Like, it's just it takes a while to pick up. Transformers is complicated too. Like, somebody tried to explain it to me, and I zoned out. She has spent a lot of time learning GI Joe, though I know that. But like her job is marketing, like so it's like this really weird thing, especially with Emily, where it's like, does she spend a lot of time learning all the lore, or does she spend time figuring out what sells and what because toy, and this is the thing I think we forget. I forget this all the time. We as the sort of adult toy collectors were part of the market, but also like they have to figure out how to market and sell the stuff to like kids and to non-traditional adult collector types. And that's what really, like, for marketing, they don't do a lot of marketing for us because we're a built-in audience. Like, they don't, basically they just have
Yeah.
to show us stuff and we're going to like it or we're not going to like it. But they don't really need a lot of data about us because we are on the internet talking about all of our stuff. So we basically give them the info that they need for marketing. The marketing usually works around figuring out the people who aren't on the internet and what other people are looking to buy and what trends are happening in toys. So it's a really interesting and when she broke it down for me, like, because I kind of had that same question, and she kind of broke it down in a way where I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. Like, she goes out of her way to really be approachable for us and to cater to us, but we're like a fraction of what she's supposed to be doing as far as Hasbro big wigs are concerned. Um, so it's it's like she doesn't know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons either, and they often sort of stick her out there to do Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And she does what she can, but there's just no way to learn all of these toy lines the way that a lot of the fans want you to know these toy lines overnight. And even though she's been doing it for, God, what, a decade now? I think it's almost a decade. Like Transformers, like I was there in 1984 when it hit, and I didn't pay attention to it then. And it's like somebody like Ken from Toy Connections was trying to explain it to me one time, and I'm like, thank you. Like, I will have to circle back to this because it's a lot. So,
Yeah, it is.
you
I
know,
don't.
in a perfect world, they would be able to hire multiple people in that role so that multiple people could, like, it wouldn't just be the one person. And again, that's about how corporations staff and how corporations want to spend their money on toy lines, right? And the marketing of toy lines. Like, I bet if they were to get Emily an assistant, she could find somebody who could figure out Transformers backwards and forwards, or what have you. So it's interesting. Like, and again, this is just me looking at it this is not anything she has ever said when I've chatted with her. But like, you have so many hours in your day to do stuff, and a line like Transformers, as long as the people making the toys knows what they're doing, then you're pretty much going to give them carte blanche and not interfere when a big part of you is your job is trying to get new people into toys, trying to hit new markets and new demographics. So it's really interesting when, again, the way it was sort of broken down for me. Like, I think people misunderstand and some of it is that Hasbro will throw her out there a lot for stuff that's technically not really what she should be doing. So, to my understanding. So, yeah. Yeah, she's super, like, like when we used to live in the same area of Oregon. And when we figured out that we used to ride the same bus when she was in middle school, that's how old I am. I was going to work and Emily was going to middle school. Um, but then it turned into like, where's your favorite place to get this thing? And so it was like, oh, okay, like, and then I 100% remembered her on the bus once we figured that out. I'm like, oh my God, you were that girl that day with your friends. I'm like, okay. So anyway, like, it's a like, the world is weird and small, but again, my take is like, even sort of that she gave you a poster because she was at Comic-Con. That's my understanding of what her job is supposed to be. Like, technically she should have somebody else that's there for her to hand out posters at Comic-Con. So that's my, again, this is my hot take. This has not ever been expressed in the conversations we've been able to have. So but she, like, beyond the toy tube stuff and the Hasbro stuff, she's a really good person. So, and it's weird when I see people like talking shit about her for things that, when they want to talk about, I'm just worried about her health. It's like, sir, like, let's hope we never meet in person because you'll need to worry about your health when I'm done with you. Because anytime you say that, this is a hot take, but anytime you say, like, I'm worried about your health, you're just trying to low-key be like an asshole about calling somebody overweight or making fun of their appearance or whatever. Most of us are not that skinny if we're buying toys and sitting on the internet all the time. So there are way more classy things we can insult people with other than their appearance. Unless you're Moby. And at that point, if you're Moby, feel free to make fun of him however you please. Because that mofo has earned it. That mofo has earned every bit of shade he gets from every person in the world. Because Moby is the worst. So. Bully Moby however you want.
Were you all team Eminem when Eminem and Moby had their thing going on?
I remember that, and I remember having yeah, I'm gonna be solo on Sunday, because just with all of the construction stuff, I don't want to have to get up early and be presentable to a guest on the stream. You know, because it takes a lot to be presentable. So he might shed a tear doing that, but that's only because it's still jacked up from the time I threw a rock at him and clipped him. So Moby doesn't know who the fuck I am, you guys. I'm perfectly content at throwing shade at him because he will never, like, he don't care. He's got all that money. He lives in a big house down the street from my friend's mom. He don't know who I am. I mean, he's probably like, every so often when I'm in Los Angeles, he's like, who's this bitch that keeps screaming I suck when she drives by my house? That's the extent. It's like, that bitch is out there screaming I suck again. Like, if he knows at all that I exist, it's in that capacity because I do scream you suck. I mean, he was sort of outside one time I did it, so. But like, I have no illusion. But we don't know who I am. If he did, he wouldn't care. He's got billions of dollars. He's fine.
I really thought he had brilliance.
And if he does shed a tear, good. Because, like, the rich can eat shit. Until I'm one of the rich. And then I will say at that point, you have to be nice to us. We're rich. Oh, yeah, well, he might. But I will say, if he gets up in my face, I will push him. And he's old. He's much older than I am. He'll break a hip, and he'll go, "I've fallen and I can't get up," and then I'll stomp him. And so, is it sad that that just made me happy thinking about pushing Moby and stomping him? It's probably bad. It probably makes me a bad person. Just made me feel a little warm inside. Thanks, Todd. It just made my night. He'll confront me and I'll push him. I'm like, what are you gonna do, Moby? And then stomp. Ow, my hip. Yeah, I've never met Moby. Again, I've driven by his house and screamed at Moby, but I've never met Moby. He's not one of the handful of celebrities that have had the misfortune of meeting me. I will say I ran into Julia Roberts one time in the grocery store in Texas, and she was buying yogurt and I was buying yogurt. And I was so tongue-tied that I was like, oh my God, you're the best, Miss Julia. Oh my God, I love that yogurt too. And then I just ran. I left my basket and everything and ran. And then I ran away from her the rest of the time while I was shopping for groceries. Like, she would come down an aisle and I would turn around and go the other way. So I made it even more weird. So, and anytime I try to act like I'm too cool, just remember I was a dork when I met Julia Roberts and embarrassed myself even worse, running away from her in the grocery store. I mean, but you know, like when I went to the party at Drew Barrymore's house, I was cool that time. But I also knew I was going to a party at a celebrity's house, so it's different when you know. But when you're just in the wild buying yogurt and you like look like garbage because you got really wasted the night before and you run into Julia Roberts buying yogurt, it's a completely different situation. Completely different. All right, Kenzo, we'll be there shortly.
Oh yeah, getting there, huh?
Oh my God, I did extra work on this congeniality. Sandra Bullock is the nicest celebrity other than Ernie Hudson that I've ever met. She was really shy though. She was really shy, and some people are like, she's a snob. She looks like it's like she's shy, guys. And she was super sweet. Ernie Hudson's the best though. Like he's the best Ghostbuster. He's the best person. He's the nicest celebrity I've ever met. Ever. If you ever get to meet Ernie Hudson, like he's just the best. Like he's a cool dude. He makes me wish I liked Ghostbusters. I do not like those movies. I'm sorry. I've tried. I've tried since 1984 and I just can't get into them. I do like the song. The song is good. I had the 45. But the movies just aren't my jam. Hello, Chris. Right as we're getting ready to head out, we are going over to Kenzo's, though, for his live stream. I can, wait, I just realized I can do that, can't I? Oh, also get sick now. Nope. Here we go. I just realized. Because why? Because it's my channel, bitch. All right. All right. All right. All right. Where's it at? Is Coachella still happening? All right. Trying to tell me it's Coachella, Coachella, Coachella. Right, so I hope that works. I just sent a link in the chat for Kenzo's live stream that's going to kick off any minute now. Sweet, it looks like it worked. So Cobb and I are going to start wrapping up, and then I'm going to go get more beverage in the bathroom, and then we're going to jump over. I'm going to jump over to Kenzo's. I think Cobb is, but I don't want to speak for Cobb.
Yeah, I'll be there shortly. I'll catch up. A couple things to do.
I'm going to finish a little bit of Skeletor's thingy, his little shoulder flaps. You guys got me to tell the Julia Roberts story. I don't ever tell that because it's one of the least graceful things that have ever happened in my whole fucking life. I love you, Miss Julia. It's the best yogurt ever. Yeah, that was me. That was me. So no matter how cool I come across, not so much when you meet Julia Roberts in the yogurt aisle. Julia. All right. I'm gonna embiggen your channel so everyone can see your page, Cobb.
Oh,
excellent.
Do I get that?
Gorgeous.
Down on camera.
Almost done. We'll do a web.
A lot of light coming through the back of it.
Oh, that looks really good. I love grayskull.
What gives it the best? Yeah, lights all over the place, so it's all kind of bouncing off.
Yeah, but
looks
I can.
Decent
Pretty good. Good job. Mine is not finished, but I'll save it for when we do one of these again. There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what I was doing with Tila. I'm looking at yours now.
Almost done, but we'll save it for when we hang out next time. We'll do a whip stream.
A whip stream?
Work in progress. I'll teach you all the trendy adult coloring terms.
Well, work in progress, I mean.
No, this is so old, Darren. This was so long ago. This was when Julia Roberts was still married to Lyle Lovett.
Oof.
Hey, we've all been there. 3 a.m. barbecue joint in Austin, too much to drink. Some dude with preposterous hair who looks kind of like, I mean, beer goggles is a thing for everyone, y'all. And he's a sweet guy. So, oh yeah, it was like 96, 97-ish. What's the saying? I was old enough to know better, young enough to not care. So, except when I met Julia Roberts and made an ass out of my. She probably still tells people the story of that crazy bitch at the pig. It wasn't a Piggly Wiggly. I'm gonna say it was a Piggly Wiggly because that makes the story even better. That crazy bitch at the Piggly Wiggly. So it was a HEB. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap it up so we can break really quick and then hang out with Cob Web. No, hang out with Kenzo.
I'll be here all night.
You'll be here all night. Where can the people find you, Cob?
It's over on my YouTube channel, Cob Web Collector, and same thing on Instagram. About all I got going for myself. So I never know when I'm putting out anything, so gotta watch and subscribe if you want any new stuff from me.
Excellent. And there should be a link in the description if you're one of the few people who don't know who Cob is, but if you're here, I can't imagine you don't. So, as for me, let's see. Tomorrow there's a video, like it's the Knickerbocker Toys 1977 toy catalog. That's going up. Sunday, I will be here at my normal time by myself. I'll be working on that Goonies page again and just hanging out and talking too much. Probably won't retell the Julia Roberts story, so you guys remember this. Well, this video will be up, so you'll be able to rewatch it. But and then of course shorts and videos and whatnot as usual. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was very much an indulgence. I just wanted to hang out with my friend Cob for a little bit tonight and color.
Thank you for having me again. Always a pleasure being here.
And I think we'll do this again because we've got pages to finish. So, and on that note, if you like this video, don't forget to like. And if you'd like to see more, you should subscribe. I'm Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, and I will see you in the next one.
Later, everybody.
Good night.